Oh shit! It's 7:15. Go live. I hit the go live button. Nice.
Are you live?
I am live.
Let me watch it.
Yeah. See if this works. We have to do the pre-stream everything checks to make sure that we are working.
Oh, it is working.
It is working. Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'll give like another minute before we dive into this, but we have a Acaia orbit, and this is really exciting for many folks because this is Acaia's first grinder, and it is a 64 millimeter flat burr grinder. We have one of them here that basically the Bay Area community has graciously lent me, and we're here. This has been opened already, but I haven't actually opened this. We'll open it and we'll take a look at what's in here. And then we have another orbit behind there, which we will go and use to, we're basically just going to install Caspers in it. So it's going to be a few different things. It is kind of late here because it's around like almost 8, so we're going to be pulling some of this half calf here. But essentially, we want to just like open it up and see what the experience is like. So, yeah, and then Steve is here too. Hello, Steve. Welcome. Thank you for hanging out here. And then this is really going to be for a lot of you guys who have ordered them. I mean, the 30 of you out there, or there's like 25-ish that I don't know who bought these. If you guys have it, and it's probably shipping to you guys right now. Anyway. Basically, I'm going to wait another minute, and then we will go ahead and open this guy up. Okay. So, anyway, let's go ahead and actually open up the orbit. As we see, the box is actually pretty big, which is, to be expected, because this, at least in the photos, is kind of like a tallish grinder, but I think when we see it in person, when we're going to open this, we're going to see it's probably smaller than what we'd expect. Okay, cool. I'm now going to lay the box down, and we are going to open this. What do we have? We have... Oh yeah, also, I'm pretty sure, I hope my audio is working, but anyway, we have orbit has landed here, which is, a really nice touch. What else do we have? And then, let's see if you guys can see all of this. Open this guy here. Okay, so just a little top section. And then we have, this looks like a, okay, this is a start guide, which is packaged nicely. Okay, so we have like some of the little magnetic feet and all of that, and here we have some accessories. So this is the Eclipse edition, but the Eclipse accessories don't arrive until later because they are shipping from Portland. This one came from California. We're in California, so a lot of the guys in California are able to get the grinder really quickly. Looks like a spare shoe and some different parts here. And a little Allen wrench.
The shoot extender.
Oh, shoot extender? Okay.
Yeah.
But we have another Acaia orbit owner here in the background. All right. Accessories. Put these guys to the side. And then let's do this here. This cover comes off, and all right. So this is one of my friends, and he put his Lunar in here as well. So we have this. This does not come with this, but we have the Lunar 2021 that has the magnetic feet installed. And there might be people who are trying to trick or treat right now, but I don't know.
Do you want coffee? Can I open it?
Yeah. Or,
Hi. You just know your neighbor right next to you?
Huh?
Know them right next to you on that side? Do you know them?
which side? Oh wait, hold on.
On this side.
On that side?
Yeah, right here. 129.
I do not know them.
Do you know if anyone is staying there? Because I've been here a few times. I have a delivery for someone that lives there, and
I haven't seen them. I think they like moved out recently. There was like a ton of construction next door for a bit, but yeah.
all right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, have a nice night.
You're a Mike.
sorry about that. People knocking on the door.
And it's like,
No, it's not a trick or treater.
It was not a trick-or-treater. It was a guy trying to deliver something next door. Anyway, okay, what was I showing off? Magnetic feet for your lunar. So this will, these are the ones that will fit onto the actual grinder. That was awkward. I was like, no, like I turned the lights off so people wouldn't knock on the door. Okay, catch up here. This is really nice.
This is the one they sell individually, right?
This should be the one they sell individually, right? I think.
I don't know what the individual one
They have a white one and a black one, 53 millimeter.
No, it's not.
Oh, no. This is their regular dosing cup. This is like $40.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This
is
one.
the one that was stolen.
Yes.
Oh, he also put the magnetic pad on underneath the catch cup.
Right?
Yes, he added so there's also another little like magnetic thing on here.
This is like from the.
Yeah.
It's from the orbit.
So this is like an orbit thing. So we have two kind of magnetic things. We'll kind of see how they play. Dosing cup medium. Thank you, Steve. Also, for those of you guys who don't know, Steve is the guy who was in the live stream. He's our good friend who works at Acaia. Power cable. Then I'm gonna tilt this guy to the side, and I'm now going to take the grinder out. Wow, this is actually really light.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This is pretty good. This is really light. Wow. And it says this unit is tested with coffee during quality control process. Some ground coffee may remain in the grinder or in the packaging. That's good because that means they actually test the grinder. So let me actually set all this down and then bring it up. Actually, let's do it that way. But the grinder is pretty light. All right. So here we go. There we go. This is the orbit. It's actually surprisingly small when I'm looking at it. Like this is incredibly small. I don't know. You want to grab an ode over there and hand it to me for size comparison sake. We have another 64 millimeter grinder, which is this ode here. Tomorrow there's another ode coming out, so that would be really exciting. But yeah, two 64 millimeter grinders. Yeah, I mean, we're really pushing the smallness or the form factor here of how small these grinders can get. Honestly, really great pairing here. Like you could use this for espresso, use this for filter. But yeah. Fairly tiny grinders here. Just.
Oh yeah, you have some inventory too.
I also have DF64s if you wanted to see the size comparison of that. But all right, let's kind of compare it to the EG1. Yeah, this thing is like a fourth of the size of the EG1. The EG1 is massive. Basically, like a lot of people don't realize the EG1 has like this base part here that's really big.
Well, I think the chute, the whole body is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then it's also just really big there. But this is, Weber helped them design everything here, from my understanding, and we have a lot of similar design aesthetics to this.
Does the chute
especially here?
Does the what do you call it? Not the chute. The part where you put beans in. Can you knock this off with your hand?
No, this is not removable.
That's
So
not removable.
yeah, so on the EG1, this is removable. It's magnetic. This here isn't. But let's go ahead and plug this guy in. So far, just like touching this really feels very similar to touching one of these guys, the Lunars. So really, really nice finish. I mean, it's like MacBook finish, basically. So that's really nice. And we're just going to pull some shots using the Flare 58 because why not? So anyway, let me plug this grinder in. We'll kind of see how everything goes or how it all works. We also have the Orbit app as well, which we will try to pair basically and see how it all works. And yeah, all right. So I actually really like this. Big benefit of these nicer grinders is everything is all integrated. No external power supply allowed here. I like that cutout for this as well. It's very small. And let's go ahead and plug it in. Okay, so I plugged it in. Turn it on, so a light has appeared. That's really quiet, like by itself. Some coffee came out because of just like adjusting things and whatnot, but I don't know. Can you guys even hear that?
Yeah, of course, it's quite good. I can hear.
Or like, yeah, but on the mic.
Oh.
Like it's on right now.
I will say when I first got it and I turned it on, some coffee came out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they tested it.
Yeah, they tested it. Yeah, it's good that they're actually testing these. I like that there's this little LED here, like below the chute. This is actually a really nice touch. Like, look at that.
But is it always on?
It's on as long as it doesn't turn on sleep. Goes to sleep.
Yeah, so I haven't looked at like the modes of this. I'm literally like, I'm just like, what is the experience of opening it and seeing what happens? This Lunar should be paired to this grinder. I mean, oh, that's something I've never expected here. Is like your scale is now paired to your grinder. Also, the Lunar 2021 is really, really nice. So if I put this here, oh, that feels really good. The magnetic attachment here. So if we do this, stick it on here, it's pretty good. And I think we have to put this in like a special mode in all of that. But okay, let's see. This probably is already set to an espresso setting, and we can actually look at our grind sizes here. But we'll go ahead and like pull a shot or something and see what happens. I'm just gonna pull this Hatch coffee, which is a half calf coffee. And yeah, but I guess like the really cool thing here is if you only had one Lunar, you could use it with everything. Yeah, but there doesn't seem to be any like portafilter hooks or anything in here. Looking at this, or maybe it will show up later on, as well as in the box we don't have the hopper yet. Yeah, I don't know. I have to wait for this kettle to heat up because I'm gonna pull on the 58. Does anyone have any questions while we? Yeah, no, the 58 is on. The Flare 58 is on.
58's on the triple green.
Yeah, it's on the triple green here. Okay, so what else should we cover with this while we wait for water to heat up?
You can just turn it on and it'll auto shut off.
Oh yeah, we should show that.
Sorry, what happened?
There is auto turn off in this grinder as well.
What? The Lunar?
No, like we have, like on the Ode, if once it finishes grinding, it'll just turn off.
Yeah.
This has that too.
Okay, well, you will test it with the Hatch stuff, right?
Yeah, we can test it with the Hatch stuff.
It's all espresso-ish.
Yeah. This feels good. Like this grind size adjustment. Feels good.
There's the detent ring above it.
And then we have the detent ring as well. This is really slick here. Let me.
It's just for
Yeah, let me like try to zoom in on this, see if you guys can see this. But we have this is super slick actually. There's a little sticker here that tells us the touch point. That's really good. Like the fact that they actually marked it and are telling us the touch point. Oh yeah, calibrating this is going to be really weird because you can't calibrate this easily because of the detent ring, right?
you can't put it to 0 as touch. That's why they have a sticker.
Oh.
What do you mean you can't put it 0 as touch? Because you just have to remember the number, right?
Yeah, I mean you have to remember the number.
Yeah, you have to remember the number. Okay.
And if we change the burrs, then can you move it?
No, you just Move the sticker.
Yeah, so you can just keep moving. Right? Yeah, you can move the sticker. Okay.
And it's kind of annoying when it's not on a whole number. It's on like 5 point. This is on like 2 point something or 3 point something.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's see what people have to say. Yeah, we will. We will actually pull out another orbit very soon after we pull like a shot or two on this, and we'll just try to swap the bursts because we have another orbit here also.
Okay. No, you need to pull this.
Yeah, let's pull a shot.
They're not bad. The 33Ms.
Yeah, what do you think about the 33Ms? So we have someone here who has used this grinder for a little longer than I have. I have not used this grinder yet. So what should I keep in mind of like right now? I'm gonna pour the beans in, right? So should I use the dosage? Should I use like the catch cup here?
For sure.
That's really cool. Look at that. It's like the key where we have the bottom and then the new EG one. Very nice. Here, cool. So anyway, let's actually weigh out some coffee and pull things. I think Steve, do I need a RDT with this? You said do not RDT with this grinder.
Weight of retention later.
Yeah, we can check retention later on and all of that. So I have 18 grams. I'm just gonna put 18 grams in here. Should I use a scale? I don't know what this.
You have the extender on.
Oh, I don't have the extender.
So the scale.
No, why use it? It already grinds by weight, right?
No, it has to. How it checks for weight is with the scale.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we have 18 grams, so it's only gonna grind 18 grams.
No, that's why you put like 20 in, is what I'm saying.
All right. 0.5 to 1 from touch for a hatch coffee. Okay. Also, adjusting thing. Oh yeah, we hit touch. The touch point sticker. The touch point sticker is accurate. I was just curious. So what, Steve? You said hatch. Okay. Also, really cool. Just shut off right there, for us.
Oh, it shut off.
Yeah, it auto shuts off. Man, there are some really, really slick things in this grinder. Okay. And then on the side we have our little sticker here, or our badge that tells us the number.
Are you doing half?
I'm gonna do hatch half calf.
Oh, I meant like setting wise. I think he means like half.
Do you mean
whole number?
Oh, a whole number. Okay. So let's go to 4. Let's go to 4. That's what it was on before. Also, this is a flare, so.
Yeah, just use whatever setting.
Half was fun.
Okay.
What's the...
Do I need to? Yeah. How do I check the RPM of this?
So it's all. You see the light in front of it? It's blue. That means it's 1,000.
Okay, so it's 1,000, and how do I adjust it?
Double tap it.
Okay, I think it's a double tap. No?
Try it again.
Nope. We need to look at the manual.
I only did it once.
Yeah, we're figuring this out. This is the first. I have the manual. We're gonna look at the manual. I was just curious about looking at the RPM. Long press to change. Okay. Yeah, I don't need the manual. I have Steve. So we press and change. That turned into a different color.
Teal is 1,500, so that's matched.
That sounds faster than before. Teal. That's like a white 600. That sounds really slow.
Okay.
I didn't bring any manuals.
And then on blue is 1,000, which is the normal one. So this is we're gonna try. Let me zoom in. We gotta zoom in, or I don't know if one of you guys wants to be a cameraman, real quick. We're gonna attempt this, guys. We will zoom in here, and I'm gonna try to do this. Someone's like, grindcore says shit for the chat, please. Okay.
Are you gonna grind it like this?
Well, I'm gonna try to grind into the portafilter, right? Because I feel like the current usage most people are gonna do is they're gonna do something like this, and they're gonna like stick it in here and grind.
Use the catch cup.
Or we could catch cup it,
Or
we could catch cup. I mean, I'm just because if I do the catch cup, then people can't see the coffee come out.
I see. That makes sense.
And I'm not RDTing.
I'm scared it's gonna spray.
I don't know if it's gonna spray. We're gonna find out.
Okay.
Do I need to hot start this grinder?
No.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't.
For sure.
I don't need to hot start this grinder. I'm scared of this design. I've had to always hot start these designs. Anyway, okay, we're gonna grind this right now.
It's gonna spray.
Probably use the extend. Okay, Steve said use the extender for this.
What's the extender?
I think we need. How do we install the extender? Is it just magnetic or? Plastic. Oh, pressure fit. Okay.
What's the extender?
Is it this way?
Only one
White
way.
side top.
White side top.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We've put the extender here. Clicks on. I'm just curious how like. Okay, and I am going to turn it on right now. No RDT. That looks pretty good. Really? No RDT.
Wait, it's gonna purge.
Now it's gonna purge, so it should go. Oh, in reverse, right? It goes. So it goes forward and then backwards.
That's right.
That's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, for no RDT.
Knock it.
Oh yeah, I also forget that there's a knocker. It's really awkward to do it from this side. Oh, that was a lot came out.
Yeah. I'm glad it has a knocker.
This knocker feels really good. It's metal.
Does it feel like the EG1?
No, you want to feel this,
Sure.
or you can.
Yeah.
It feels pretty good.
This feels really
Because
good.
I have the EG1.
Yeah. The EG one doesn't feel as nice as
Oh no,
this.
the EG1 feels
Right.
flimsy compared to this.
Yeah, this is metal. This one's good.
Oh, this one's much better.
EG1's gonna get all the new upgrades now.
I hope the EG one gets that. Like that's nice. All right. And zoom back out. Lift this back out.
We can help you.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm still in the frame, so we're okay. Feel nicer than the P100. It's a different feel than the P100.
Isn't it better compared to P64 anyways?
I'm not sure about the P64 now when this exists at this price point. Like, you just get so many more quality of life upgrades here. So, I don't know. We'll need to try it, right?
P64 is like way quieter.
Yeah, I do think the P64 is quieter. The P64 grinds faster than this. Yeah.
Grind speed is depending.
Well, it depends on RPM, but like
Yeah.
this one does feel a little bit on the slower side versus
You think so?
this.
It's grinded at max.
Yeah, I guess we could grind this at the max RPM, right? Like the interesting thing with max RPM with at least like something like the EG one is that the burrs are spinning so fast that the beans have such a hard time feeding. But I've never tasted Mazzer 33M coffee ever, so we'll see what this tastes like. And I have an older Flair 58, so I have to do some things for that. I also want to get into the app as well, and then after that, or after we pull the shot, we will probably look into the app, and then we'll go and switch some burrs. Oh god, it's so hard to do things like reversed. Like I'm like, oh my god, I'm doing things reversed. Is this even the right way? Oh my, no, it's the other way.
No, that's correct.
It's this way, right?
Yeah. You just like.
Why is this not?
You have to, because
I can't see. There we
the
go.
lock is over here. Yeah.
Okay. We're reversed, guys. It's hard.
Oh, I see. I put on the updated.
Yeah, we got the new stem guider. Let's see. Let's get a.
Or you need a.
I need a cup.
Oh, but you need like a normal cup, right?
Yeah, yeah, we can use yours. It's
This
fine.
one's not. Okay.
That's fine.
Not perfect, but
But a 4 is something.
Yeah, and then we can do a cup swap. Okay. And we're gonna use this lunar. So we have multiple lunars here.
Steve, how we should.
Steve, yeah.
How should we pull this, Steve?
What is, I wonder what Steve recommends for this. 1 to 2, 1 to 0.
What's this?
1 to 0. Stout guider. Wait, is that working? Sorta? Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. It's gonna be hard to like do it this way.
I've seen Lance do this.
turbo.
Curling.
Well, we can like see how this tastes.
Oh. So 1 to 3.
Yep, so I'm just pulling 1 to 3. That was a 4 bar turbo, low pressure.
Purge it.
Yeah, now I have to purge 58. This is a really wild coffee. So anyway, I'm just gonna, do you guys want to try any of this?
I want to know that.
Yeah, you guys want to try? Okay,
Here, look, I'm gonna-
let me get the Sense cup. Oh wait, I got the nice wide cups today. Handmade.
Those are the good ones.
Yeah, these are,
Say one?
no, these are handmade by a guy named Nick, who is local to us.
Is he local?
There's a guy in like Oakland.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice. So we pulled a big shot so we can share with our friends. This is your cup.
Okay, use this.
33M coffee. Never tasted it ever until now.
I can smell the yogurt.
Yeah, this coffee's really wild. So let's see.
It's tasty.
Soup for everybody. Yes.
Tastes like similar to a decent turbo.
Yeah. Well, we pulled a turbo style of shot.
Yeah.
I get like that yogurt in the finish
Yeah,
with this
me too,
coffee.
me
But there's definitely like a strawberry note in this coffee that is present here, but it's not like super acidic. So this to me is like pretty telling that the 33Ms in here are just like probably really good for normal styles of coffee. I mean, we really pushed it there just to see what would happen. And we're getting a lot of rounding, chocolatiness, like very standard stuff. So I think these initially, like just off of this very first shot, is probably gonna be like pretty great for milk-based drinks, for more like darker roasted coffee. This is actually a fairly light roasted coffee, and it tastes pretty good. So that means like out of the box though, I still think like this would cover like 90% of people out there. I think like there's a small group of people like yours truly here who are drinking these, we're drinking wheatgrass and you're pulling styles of shots like that. But I think for most people, this is gonna be great. This is super tasty actually.
I did Coffee Collective Canyon.
The Chianti, yeah, I have this coffee, yeah, so you pulled the Chianti.
It's jammy.
Super jammy, yeah. One thing I'm noticing with this is there is a lot of really, really great texture here. This is like very, very enjoyable. So now let's kind of do something quickly on the app, and then let's install the Burrs.
Okay.
Oh, can you like zoom that out just a little? Yeah. See if that just a little. Cool. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so yeah, the texture is definitely really enjoyable. I mean, even as the shot cools, the acidity is present. Like we get really great information about the coffee, but like big texture, big chocolatiness, and we push this. I think we push these Burrs in a direction which they're definitely not designed for, with a coffee that they're definitely not designed for, but really tasty. So that means it is going to work great. Like I think if this shot was in milk, it'd be fantastic. Okay, now we got the app here too. So Here is the Orbit app, and I'm going to actually step over here real quick. And we're gonna see what happens. So we have the Connect to Orbit button. I hit Connect to Orbit. Oh, wow, that was fast. It connected. That's kind of surprising. Okay, wait, this is actually really cool. I expected there to be like some amount of stuff that I needed to do here, but it connected. So we have...
It's connected to this orbit, right?
Yes, so it seems like that light is now blue down there
That is,
to show that it's been... that's a blue light now.
I think that just means it's connected, right?
Yes. So it's good that there's an actual indicator on the grinder there that's telling us that it's connected. And then I'm going to see what happens. I can turn the grinder. I turned the grinder on, and some retention came out there. I can do. I think this is a purge.
That's a purge. Yeah.
Or is this the purge? That's the purge right there. So it ramps up to 2,000 RPM.
I think the left one is just like small.
I think the left one, yeah, just like a small one. And it looks like we have different presets as well. So
This is RPM.
this is RPM. We're doing 1,000. Basically, it's really, oh, this is cool. Here we go. Now we have some other settings. RPM profiling. So let's kind of mess around and set up an RPM profile.
How many profiles can you...
We can do 3 different profiles.
There's also an M, right?
There is also a manual. So I haven't gotten the Lunar to hook up yet to the grinder, but I don't know. Let's set like an initial RPM 650 down here, and then I don't know. Set it to stay there for like 7.5 seconds. Maybe ramp up to 1,000.
Well, there's only 2 stages.
Okay, there's only 2 stages here. So it seems like it'll do this, and then I think it might go into like an auto thing. Oh, so down here, after adjusting that, we have that initial 650 RPM for the, I think I set it for like 13-ish seconds or something, or 7.5 seconds, and then it will run at this RPM for 10 seconds, basically 9.9. So if I do that, let's hear and see what happens. So audibly, it's running at 650 RPM, and then it's showing on the graph. Now it's ramping up, and then that's really cool too, where the blue LED is working. So our RPM profile that we just set up there, we only have 2 steps, but that's really, really cool. Yeah, so you can use this without a phone. How do we now? I'd like to figure out how do we do the Lunar thing real quick. So
You have to pair the Lunar with...
yeah, I might have to pair this together, which is, but I think it should be paired already because this is the same scale.
Is it not phone-based? Actually, I don't know.
Or maybe I need the Acaia app for this.
Oh yeah, you need the 2 apps.
Oh yeah, you need the other. I need the other app. Oh jeez.
Is that what Brandon said?
Yeah. Like I wish, if we wish the apps were hooked up together. I also don't want to like mess up his scale. Yeah, I don't know how to put this in.
Tearing mode? You can just find it. If you have both apps, you can just find it.
Yeah, I need to find it. What's really cool too is actually back here is there are a lot of other settings too in the app that let us adjust. What do the buttons do? Like very small things there that are great for just adjusting the actual grinder. And then for those of you who are curious, in the manual stuff, you can ramp the RPM up.
Oh, that's that's just like.
Yeah, if you wanted to ramp the RPMs up manually
But
with
this
the
one
app.
You can't set a profile, right?
This one's like manual profiling
Okay,
at that point. But it's instant. It really is instant from when I do anything on the app. It's just straight up instant. The Lunar would only need the latest firmware from the app. Steve, it is not connecting. Steve is probably like trying to play Overwatch, and he's like, "Oh shit, I have to watch Brian's stream to make sure he doesn't say anything wrong." Okay. So I don't know why, but this is not working, or like I'm not sure how to. Oops! I knocked the little extender off here. Yeah, I don't know how to. Oh yeah, you don't own a Lunar, so you don't know how to. There's a guy who bought an Orbit who doesn't own a Lunar. I don't know about that one.
That's like normal, right?
It's pretty normal. Yeah, but I mean, the point here is like, look, you don't need to use the Lunar to actually do any of this. I just wanted to see if we could do like a quick grind by weight demo, which I think would be kind of interesting to show off. I don't know why I can't get this to hook up, so.
Look at that clearance. It's like perfect.
Yeah, no, like this is like actually perfect clearance here.
Well, let me look at the.
We're gonna RTFM real quick
Yeah, I'll
and
read
try
the
to get this hooked up.
I'll read the manual. Let me find the manual. It's on their website, right?
I mean, the manual could be in here, and it's just telling us to.
That is the man. Yeah, there's in the back. There's like grind my weight set up.
Yeah, there has to be something on there.
Okay, we're just gonna repair this. Because this was working before. So it says press and hold this for 10 seconds.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, when the Lunar is off, press and hold the power button for 10 seconds until the LED displays pair. No, we did not get that. Hold on. Nope, I'm getting set instead. And then I'm getting into the menus. And I'm getting sleep now.
No, it doesn't say 10 seconds, right?
No, I mean, it says pairing with the Lunar for the first time. Okay, wait. The Lunar will be, because this Lunar was paired before to this grinder.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Pairing with the first time. You have, okay, hold the, I know this thing. Yeah, okay.
It's hard to see from this angle.
Okay, let me see if I can, gotta turn this off, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you turn it off.
Yeah, and then.
Oh, you have to turn it on and then okay.
Well,
It's not just
it doesn't have to be, but that's how I do it when I go to the settings. Like, I have a problem with the settings on the Acaia. And then.
Nope.
Is this right?
Nope, we're getting a flashing Acaia sign.
Okay. We just let it go then. Okay, yeah, so that just means we did
That's
it wrong.
not, yeah, we didn't hit the right button combinations here. Konami code's not working.
No. See, now I'm on settings.
Yeah, so, but it says it should bring into a pair mode. I don't want to reset everything because this is not our stuff. So
This is just the settings.
yeah, we just got into the settings menu. Anyway, honestly, I don't really think this is like too big of a deal. Unless people were very interested in seeing it, but we'll try this one more time because what I do want to show off is actually adjusting the burrs, or we're going to install more burrs here.
Okay, well, it just puts it all into the.
Okay, here Steve said forget the scale. Here, let me forget the scale. All right, I forgot the scale.
Oh, okay.
Okay, in the app, and then I'm gonna do this again.
No, that's the settings
Nope.
again.
Nope, it didn't work.
Well, maybe first let's move all this stuff off.
Yeah, we'll take it off,
No, we don't want to take
and then
it
we'll
off.
put it back on,
Okay.
and then we'll press and hold this for 10 seconds.
Yeah. No, that's
Nope,
the settings.
it's bringing us into the settings. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
There we
Oh,
go.
you have to hold it even longer.
Now it's working.
I see.
Okay. pair?
102 people watching.
Nope. Did that pair?
No?
No.
Because pairing has
It said pair, but I didn't get confirm.
Oh no, let's do it again.
Okay, let's do it. Let's try this again.
Okay, this one
Try this
I
again.
think I know. I have the manual right here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm holding it for 10 seconds.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep holding it.
Okay.
Pair. Okay.
And then place.
When the orbit button turns
it
red.
says place the lunar on the orbit. Okay, so let's just remove it.
Because that light's not turning orange. So for people who are wondering, we tried this with the Decent, and it does not blow things up.
Okay. It does not turn orange.
It hasn't turned orange. Like I'm trying to.
You forgot the scale, right?
Yeah, let me try clearing the scale again on the app. I cleared it.
Okay. So
We can also try turning the grinder off and on as well. So
okay.
here, I'm gonna just turn the grinder off.
Okay.
Oh, so it did do something because it was trying to pair. Okay, I'll turn the grinder back on. Let's turn the scale off.
No, you don't want to put it on. See, like
Right? Or
step,
no?
No, the step 4 is put it on the lunar.
Oh, okay.
So let's just do.
Okay,
it outside.
wait. I think this is literally user error, guys. Might be.
Like you're supposed to just leave it.
Yeah, I think we needed to do it off. Yep. Okay, now we stick it on. There we go. It flashed.
Is this thing even on? There's no light on the lunar.
I turned the grinder
on the
back
orbit.
on. Like it flashed that it was doing something.
Yeah, but there's no light on the orbit.
Turn it back on. Is this working? Like, there we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, the problem here is now it doesn't turn orange, right?
Yeah, it's not turning orange.
Is it just because it's already paired with it?
No, because it's not giving us any of our auto grind settings.
Okay.
Because it is getting the pair, like it's detecting this, right?
Look, but now it has a dot. The dot is
The
when
dot is usually when it's connected.
Yeah, what the hell is it connected to?
There's no Decent here, so it can't be
Your
connected.
phone?
No, my phone isn't hooked up to it. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. No, it says, look, one orbit can be paired with only one lunar at the same time. If you want to pair with another lunar, please reset the pairing in the app or reset the orbit to factory default.
I don't want to reset Brandon's
Yeah, exactly,
grinder,
sure.
so
Does this thing have to forget? Is there a forget in the lunar?
I think so. But I don't want to mess up his thing. Otherwise, he's gonna have to like rehook. Here, hold on. Let's try this again.
No, he's gonna repair it again. Like, I think he's gonna have to repair anyways.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need to repair this. Is it trying to connect to my MacBook? Maybe. I don't think so.
No.
So when you see, I stuck it on there and it's flashing pair, like it's doing something, like this.
Pair is that's when it puts in the pairing mode.
Yeah, but like I put it on here because it's telling me to put it on here.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Tap T on lunar.
No, only when it says confirm.
Yeah, but there's no confirm.
Yeah, so that's bad, right?
It's not giving us our confirm button.
Like, look, because I'll tell you, because I can probably control it.
Okay, you have the Acaia app.
I do, of course.
Okay, does your Acaia app somehow talk to this?
Well, it's not on, so unlikely.
All right, I'll give this like 2 more minutes, and then we need to
Okay.
go and install a different. We need.
This grinder can't just make coffee.
Yeah, what's going on? Technology. It's okay, right?
Wait, no, this has a dot, so it's connected to something.
It is connected to something, but what's it?
No, see, I see two. Wait, there's 2 Acaia scales right now on my phone.
Yeah, because I have an Acaia scale here, and there's an Acaia scale here,
Yeah. Okay.
and
well,
your phone is seeing the Acaia scale,
Yeah. Of
and
course.
my phone is seeing this grinder.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is a Bluetooth hell. Okay. In interest of time, because we have another guy who brought his orbit here, we are going to explore the app at another time. Or we're gonna explore grind by weight at another time. The Bluetooth is. This is a great comment. The Bluetooth is coming from inside the house. 5G signals. We're doomed. Okay. All right. Let's take this other orbit out, and I'm gonna put this flare to the side here. And I don't know. Do you have enough room? Where do you want to put your grinder?
What number is it?
Oh yeah. What number do we have
Mine's
here?
12.
We have 8. 8 and 12 here. And you didn't take the sticker off. What the hell? You didn't take the sticker off.
I'm like one of those guys who leaves
No, isn't that good? Then we can identify which is which.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, they have
Well,
the serial numbers.
there are serial numbers. Yeah, 8 and 12 on the side.
Oh, I see.
So he has a different one. Okay, we're going to try installing Burrs now. Welcome to YouTube.
Okay, so
grinder.
we have tools, right?
Yeah, see, like, it didn't... I don't know, Steve. We're going to need to try this again. But today, it might just... we might just have too many random Bluetooth things in this on right now.
No, I think...
I don't know. Or it's just,
Yeah.
not lucky.
I think we need to reset it, but it's just because we don't want to reset this lunar right now.
Yeah, I don't want to I don't want to like fully reset everything, Steve, because this is not my grinder and my scale here. I mean, this is I guess I could try pairing my scale to
No,
this.
you need the magnetic strip.
Oh, you do have to have the magnetic strip?
Are you?
I don't think you need
No,
to.
it does. In the manual, it says you need to align the magnetic strip so that it can detect it. Because see, now it doesn't know.
Maybe, yeah.
See, here it has like a thing to. It's because
Okay.
it doesn't have a scale there, so it has to have something to know.
Yeah. I don't know what how they're integrating stuff, but okay. All right. Well, now let's try to. We didn't break your scale. Oh, dude, Brandon's in here. He's gonna be like, what the hell are you guys doing? He's watching a live stream of his grinder getting destroyed.
No. This one is not his grinder.
No. This one. He said it didn't work. I'm like, it didn't work.
Well, it's because it was already paired. So when we try to repair it.
Yeah, the scale. Yeah, you have to use GBW for it.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, let's
let's
just install Burrs.
I'm gonna YOLO the
It should
install
be.
process.
It should be easy to install, right?
Yes, it should.
So let's see how this works. This doesn't like void the warranty, right?
No.
Does this void the warranty? No.
Steve.
Steve.
If they're asking, this is not number 12.
No, this is not. We didn't tell you which number these grinders were. You didn't see anything. Okay. I guess let's put this guy on the side real quick.
Is this not in the manual?
Okay. How do you want to do this?
I don't know. Do I just like sit right there?
You want to sit here?
Yeah.
You want to grab a seat? I can move the camera
Yeah,
too.
I can.
Yeah.
That's fine. Do not immerse the orbit in water.
Do not immerse the orbit in water. Oh, do I need to move stuff?
No, it's like perfect.
Here, I can move the tripod real quick.
I'll work in weird spaces.
Okay. All right.
Can I see my hand?
Yeah. I'll check for you.
Well,
think
what
it's
I'll do is I can just move this guy here. Hold on. I'm just gonna move the tripod. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom in here.
Just go for it.
Yeah, just go for it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it is your grinder.
That's your grinder. Yeah, you.
We have nothing to do with it.
I have nothing to lose in this exchange except for show people how this is done. Okay, so are you using the tool that came in the box?
This came in the.
Do you want it here? Wait, I can mic you up, man. You can. All right, mic you up here.
I got it. DJI, right?
Yeah, DJI. Okay, so this magnetic clip here. You just stick it under your shirt and then stick it there. Yeah, there you go. Okay, is that? Hold on. Is this on here?
That's like a green light.
Yeah, hold on. I think we need to turn it on. Okay, sweet. All right.
Hello? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I'll be the cameraman.
So you need to grab the accessory box because.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
Well,
show all of it.
yeah. So
In here, this is the accessory box that came with the orbit. It came with the Allen key for the hex bolts. And then the shoe extender, this is mine. The lunar ring
magnetic strips. I don't have a lunar, so I just have them here. And they come, it's neat that they come with these spare bolts, including this like thumb screw right here. It's optional for you to use it. I forgot where you need it. And then you can see that there's like thread locker here on these, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to be putting these SSP casts that I got. These are the Refurb V2s.
Yeah, sorry, the screen's
Yeah,
a
it's
little
fine.
weird.
Yeah, so these are V2s, 64 mils. I've been using these for a couple of months now in my ode, but I want to make espresso with them.
Hey, you're not supposed to use these in your ode.
No, you can use
No,
these.
you're not supposed to use them as a... Oh, wait. Yeah, you don't use it for espresso.
I don't
in the
use it
ode.
for espresso in the ode, so that's okay.
Yeah, don't use it. Don't use that for espresso in the ode.
So I'm just gonna...
So this should be pretty easy here, where you're just pulling the front of the... Yeah. And let me know if you
You
need
just
more
need to pull
room.
the front on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
And I didn't even watch Steve do this on stream before, because I know he did this.
He did. That's right.
Yeah. And that's really useful. Okay,
Yeah,
hold on.
I can keep my screws here.
Yeah, the screws, that's really useful. The screws just fell. This is magnetic. It's pretty good.
Do you have a dry erase marker?
Oh shit, I don't have one.
I forgot to
right
bring mine.
I didn't bring one, obviously.
now. Okay. We can't check for full wipe right now.
Yeah, it's like interesting if we could see that. I guess so.
Stock alignment? Yeah.
Oh wait, actually I might have one.
If I had one-
Yeah. Let me mute my microphone real quick.
Now I gotta entertain them for you.
Yeah. You have to be a YouTuber for a minute.
I'm just the hands though. All right, got all 4 screws off now.
You need to
So
take the
just
bottom, right? Yeah.
slide it off. So you can see this big ball bearing. That's pretty cool. So I pulled 2 shots. So I think Steve said like the retention in this once it fills all the crack is about like half a gram or so.
But that's after everything is filled, right?
Yeah. So this is like the stuff. I mean, this is just like natural, like the stuff that fills the gaps.
Yeah.
And then they got the little knocker here. You can see how the knocker is designed. A little chute in the middle. I'm just stalling for Brian because I have no vision of the chat right now. Okay, I'm gonna just try to YOLO remove this carrier. I have no idea how. Oh, there's screws on it.
Yeah, there's screws on it. But that's for when you get the burrs.
And that's where when I get the burrs off, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, why is this the rotating one?
What?
The inside one is the stationary one.
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot find a dry erase right now.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So wait, so I remove these center ones then, right?
What?
There's like 4.
Yeah. I believe so.
Okay. My initial guess was that the stationary burr was going to be on the outside.
I guess I can pull a shot while he's doing this too.
What is that?
It's gonna take him like that. I guess you could.
All right.
I still got to clean it after too because I have
Oh,
coffee
yeah.
gone through. I need to get a full one.
You need another one? Oh, you should tell me. I can get you tools.
It's okay. I'm just the hands anyways.
Just the hands. Yeah. Okay. I guess we can pull another shot while we wait.
I'm just waiting. This is
While we
coffee
wait.
content. Coffee. Like what's nerdier than like one guy on camera changing his burrs while the coffee's being pulled in the background.
I should have brought my uni filter.
Filter.
Unifilter X.
It's good.
Are you muted still?
No, I'm not muted anymore. I need to.
Should I brush this off first? Probably should have.
I only do 2 shots on this.
2?
How many shots did you pull?
I've only done 2 shots on this.
Yeah, so it's fine. I need a brush.
Well, it's kind of like when you remount, when you want to reseat the.
When you reseat, you do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But after we take off the burrs.
Yeah. This is actually really handy where it just sticks onto the magnetic base. So there's 4 screws. I'll show the carrier once I get this off. And there's actually way more screw holes than necessary that they left from prototyping on intentionally, according to Steve.
Whoa, where did that go? Okay. This is really, like, you know, that's hilarious.
It's actually really clutch.
Yeah, actually insanely clutch. Okay, so you pulled Kiani earlier today, or what did you pull?
I did pull some Kiani.
Have Kiani. I mean, it's late, but whatever.
Just take more melatonin. Alright, so this popped off.
You need to remember the orientation.
Do I? Well, I'm putting new burrs on it.
Yeah, he's putting new birds. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
So there's these 2 nice white burrs. So when I was removing it, I was removing these inner 4 screws with a Phillips 1. They're actually pretty small. Look at these burrs.
Yeah, that's really... Here, let's see if I can get the camera to focus on here. Wow. So, Mazur 33M. Pretty normal.
They're pretty, they're pretty normal.
They're tasty. It made really tasty coffee.
Even for a light roast, it was actually pretty good.
We're just gonna pull more while we wait. And what do we have? We have this coffee. We have Echelon. I don't know.
Wow. Should I?
Hard Mazur tunes to dark roast. Yes.
Oh, should I like show them the front of this?
Do you want to show the front of it? Just here.
It's like way too hard. Like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, the front of the grinder.
Yeah.
Messed up 33M. That's what someone said. Did I miss something? What happened?
No, I didn't do anything.
Did you dent it?
No.
I didn't see anything. I stepped away for a sec.
Oh, these are.
Wait, don't you need to hold that? Is it gonna come
Here,
out?
I'm gonna try to make. While this is happening, I'm gonna try to get this to pair.
These are nicely fashioned. Oh, they have the thread lockers on them.
Yeah.
Well, they're. It's like until I get to the last screw. So I guess I'll start with the stationary. Does Steve have the torque spec handy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or else I'm just gonna YOLO it.
Don't think you need a torque wrench for this.
Yeah, like I have my torque. I have borrowed a friend's torque wrench just for the consistency, but I'm pretty sure for this.
Somewhat, Long P, the greatest legend, Long Pivot says 2.5 nanometers for, NMs. Fuck, what's that?
Newton millimeter.
I just said the wrong.
Oh,
word.
okay. The torque
Yeah.
wrench I have exactly.
Steve said 2. He's doing it for 2.
No, but there's no way you can use this. This is the wrong type of torque wrench for this.
Oh, is
This is
it?
for the job, right? This type?
If it fits, it'll work.
Mechanical engineer? What?
I mean,
Ex mechanical engineer?
I am a mechanical engineer.
you?
Yeah.
Dude, you could tell people about what you did with this machine.
I didn't do anything for that guy.
Didn't-
I don't.
really?
We don't talk.
Did you work for the Flare for a bit?
I don't talk about that anymore. But Andrew's great to work with, though. Yeah, ex-Flare employee.
Ex Flare employee here.
Can I get the brush?
Yeah. This one?
Yeah.
Also, okay. The one that you press it.
I'll just pull Kiani, right? Or do you guys want like something more expensive?
Don't you have like a?
I have the
So much
I
coffee.
have the Say Panama Geishas, but then I'm like,
No, we shouldn't do
No,
that.
just use the.
I'll do Kiani.
You have
okay.
you have these gestures too, right? You wanna
Yeah,
see what
I have
happens
the,
if we do
the Diego Geishas. Diego only did Geishas.
What is? This is not.
Oh, the minute.
Catch it.
The minimum torque here is 2.5. Okay.
I'm struggling on this one. Alright, I gotta
Okay.
get better leverage.
Oh.
Oh god, this lunar is.
Oh, I don't know what is wrong with this screw though. Or
We
I'm
need to
using
see
the
the
wrong
most. My giveaway stream. I used my Panama my say Lamastus coffees, but we probably are not going to. I don't want to say that I'm wasting money if I use them on the Mazers, but I'm wasting money using them on the Mazers. Okay, we're gonna just do this Kenyan here
I'm camming this.
on the side.
This
People can
isn't
see
good.
this.
I can't get this last screw off.
It says we need a microfiber. It says just to mention this, you can pull the stationary burr straight out to make this easier. That's what Steve said. There we go.
Oh, then it's easier.
Then it's easier. So he.
Okay, we should
here,
have
let's
done
pull-
this
Yeah, we
again.
should just.
Yeah.
So you can pull the stationary burr. See.
Oh, but let's figure out. Let's remember where the number it was on before.
Yeah,
You can recalibrate
Yeah,
too,
that's
and because that one goes all. This one just goes all
Oh,
the
yeah,
way
yeah,
around.
Yeah,
so
you're right. But
Yeah.
you want it at the top, or I can't see it.
I'm just
Yeah.
camming it though.
You're camming it. Oh.
Whoever installed this last screw went way too hard on it.
Oh really?
Do you need to use the torque wrench here?
The torque wrench isn't gonna help
Oh,
remove
yeah.
a screw.
That's right. Wait, don't you have another screw in there?
Yeah. Do you want like the other tool set with the so you get an L shaped? You get more
No,
torque?
it's not the torque.
It's not the torque.
Anyway, I'm just gonna pull another shot and grind some more coffee while we are waiting. For let's see. I guess I'll weigh this portafilter out. Watch this. There just be like a ton of retention, and we just cry.
No, that'd be bad, right? But no, this is a new, right? So
No.
there's gonna be retention.
This is not the right one.
Okay.
I'm like embarrassing myself.
You're embarrassing yourself, dude. People don't know who you are. It's okay.
I did not work for Flair.
You did not work for Flair. You didn't work for. Here, okay. I'm gonna zoom in on this grinder now. We're gonna grind some coffee. Okay, so I have.
Oh my god.
Put my Kenyan in, and I'm just gonna grind. Oh, we gotta stall! We gotta stall! What's going on? Yeah, I'm using a low RPM. It's stalling. Oh no. Okay, don't run this that low.
I didn't have problems with it when I tried it.
You put Kenny in here.
Yeah, I used Chianti.
No, I'm grinding fine, but I'm grinding
You
at a 4.
might might be a little finer than I am.
Yeah, I'm grinding finer here.
I did like a little.
It's okay.
Like
Our
2
RPM was
notches.
too low. I think, right? This slide is what? 600.
600.
Okay,
That's the
I was
lowest.
grinding 600.
Yeah, that's the
That's too low. Okay, my V.
Did
We're
you get the burrs off yet?
We're switching
Yeah, I
to.
just got it off.
Okay, that's good.
I need to brush it off.
Oh,
Get the
okay.
knockbox.
Do you need another? No, the knockbox is over here. Oh,
Okay,
you moved it.
our RPM was too low. 600.
Okay, so we're doing a bunch of bad things.
We're doing terrible things to this grinder. I'm so sorry, Steve.
No, Brandon used to be. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So it was like 17.4 there without knocker. 17.78. Okay, this scale's really, really really sensitive. So hold on.
Hey Steve, I know you guys put thread locker on these, but these things are really tight.
Yeah, nobody's sponsoring anything here. This is just literally like, this is what happens when you buy a grinder and you want to like play around with it. Okay, RPM was a little slow there, but I like that it actually, it stopped and then restarted. So that's actually really good, which means like we aren't stuck in complete stalls there.
It's probably harder with coffee
You
in
should have
it.
checked with the app to see if it like auto ramped.
It did ramp up, it seemed. I could check the app as well. But yeah, I guess like, due to the fact that we're trying to show this off to the camera, we can't see our RPM value here easily. So, but if you're actually using this normally, you would be able to see the what. Yeah, you would be like facing towards it, so you'd be able to see the RPM set there.
Well, if you're like me and you have an Android, you can't even.
Yeah,
use it
or
right
if you have an Android phone, you're SOL. Just for now.
for now.
Temporarily.
For now, yeah, they're working on it. You're gonna get an app soon.
But why did they discriminate?
That's because these are like Mac products, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm just a dirty Android user.
yeah, your bubbles are the wrong color. I have the other valve and I have not installed it yet.
Why do you need to install another?
Well, because then you can fill without doing this, like taking it all off every single time.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the really cool thing with that one. But I don't know. This is
I don't know. I have it. I don't use it.
yeah.
The other valve?
Yeah. I have the one-way valve, but I don't use it. I don't know why anymore. I should try using it again.
Well, I think it would be better then, right? To use.
I didn't like submerging the plastic piece into
Right,
water.
yes. Yeah,
That makes sense.
that does make sense.
Because that's plastic. It's not like silicone. I mean, it's
I
food safe.
wonder if like people are getting upset in the chat about like our jankiness with doing things. Whatever.
I rent an apartment.
Whatever. Okay, here we go. Pull another shot. Give you guys some more Mazzer coffee. It'll be tasty.
Hopefully that's the last Mazzer coffee.
No, yeah. Last Mazzer coffee for this guy. I'm just gonna do quick. All right. Pull in that soup. It's a stylish shot that'll upset people. Oh, you're not allowed to do that.
Okay. Looking at this carrier, it feels like it's aluminum, and it feels like it's cast.
Oh, sorry. Let me zoom in here.
But no, it's machined.
So that's the carrier.
Or they've machined. This surface is machined. This looks cast though, unless I'm bad and can't tell.
Aren't you a mechanical engineer? What?
But they finished like all over it. Like all the important surfaces, even this side is all finished. I mean, Steve can chime in, but
Yeah, Steve might be asleep. It's 11 for him. Anyway, this canny. It's late. I probably should not be drinking all of this, but I'll give you guys some canny if you want.
Okay. I think candy.
Candy's great. This is a Coffee Collective coffee.
Do you have paper or are you gonna?
I have paper. This is gonna spill everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's okay. Little bit of canny.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I'll give you some canny as well. 1 to 3 canny, hella fast pull, like 5 bars at max.
That's what I tasted today.
This is what you tasted today? So, okay, so it probably, there's consistency here.
A little worse.
Thanks, guys.
This is older. This candy is on the older side. But man, these Mazzer Burrs are great. They actually are. I'm actually really liking this.
They do well even on light roast.
Yeah, I mean, this candy is definitely really, like, this is a coffee type of coffee. It's light, but
Oh, this finish is pretty good.
really
Yeah,
enjoyable.
look at this piece.
Yeah. We want to zoom in on some of that stuff. So our finishing, like, I don't know if we can hold this. Oh, yeah, look at that.
This piece is hefty though.
Looking good. Steve says, I'm awake, but don't actually know the finishing process of those parts. How do the Mazzers compare to niche conicals? These are way clearer. And the style of shot we are pulling right now, if I pulled this on the niche, you would get a lot of really weird aftertaste.
Wait, would you? Oh.
Yeah, on the niche, yeah.
Here you only get some of that.
You get a little bit of that, but it's holding like 20-second long shots. What I do think the niche does better than these Mazzers right now are let's see, let me zoom out here. Yeah. What I think the Mazzers or the niche does better than the Mazzers right now is I think the niche offers like more body, like just texture. These you can do way lighter roast coffees. Just at an initial, like we've pulled 2 shots on it. This is giving me a much more enjoyable profile with some of these lighter roast coffees, but it's still allowing me to like retain a lot of the approachable properties that you may like in something like the niche, the Idle Mills, and a lot of these conicals. But the finish on this is really, really nice. In terms of Mazzer versus SSP MP. MP is just way clearer. MP seems to offer just sharp presentation of, makes everything you taste taste like acid. Way clearer. This has like, I think most people would probably like the Mazzer coffee, especially if you're pulling like much more traditional styles of shots with lower pressures. I mean, sorry, not lower pressures, slower shots. Yeah, like basically you are pulling soup, as Steve is saying. Never tasted Gorilla Gear before. I've heard Gorilla Gear are very similar to something like HUs and maybe even something like the Bentwood, but yeah. I mean, honestly, this shot was like, what, 15 seconds? And it did not entirely fall apart. Like, we're pushing these burrs, like, really, really hard. I'm just doing this just to, like, see what happens, and we're getting pretty tasty results. So that means these burrs can, like, handle really, really wacky things that we're doing. And that just means, like, if we're doing more normal stuff, then it's, like, really, it works out. But anyway. What else is happening here? What burrs do I use in the DF64? I just have the stock Idle Mills. I got these DFs from...
Ones.
Oh, you getting them in?
Yeah, I realize there's like different threaded holes in this
Yeah.
because they're prepared for the Gorilla Gears.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so there's 3 sets of different size.
That makes a lot
Threads.
more sense.
I was fitting them in the wrong one. So with robustness in design comes more user error.
How does this compare to the Lagom P64 so far?
Optional.
Yeah, what do we think? How do we think this compares to P64?
I've never used one.
You've used P64. I've used we have 2 people.
Good for it's easier for espresso because it's forks.
Yes, that's like the first thing. That's definitely worth mentioning.
But that could be remedied with like a stand, right? But I guess it's not a stock option.
I mean,
Yeah, like it's not a stock option to
not
just do
like a fork.
to do like a portafilter hook. Other things to mention is this is just slower than the P64 in terms of the grind speed.
It seems
I think it's slower.
No, the P64 is dirt slow.
I don't know. Well,
You can set it slower.
you can set it to be slower and faster.
I
Like
like 4. The 4
Yeah.
dial.
I want to say that retention on P64 is better than this too, so far. I think there's stuff stuck in the wipers. This is kind of the challenge with these.
Well, I
Like
don't
it
know.
seems like there's.
I don't know because
No,
I
isn't
can't
it?
puffer it, so I don't know.
Well, it's because we don't have stuff. We didn't fill the gaps because we didn't grind enough coffee. So I think.
I don't know how many times Brandon used that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was pretty filled with coffee with like two doses.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, you can stick your finger up here and see. Like on the EG1, if you stick your finger up and you touch the wipers, you'll get a little bit of coffee on the wipers, but it should be okay.
But also this is cheaper than the P64.
This is also cheaper than the P64, and I like that there's an app. Like honestly, I like that there's control here too. Like you don't have.
the fact that there's RPM profiling, and if once we get grind by weight working, like that's a useful feature.
Yeah, so we didn't get grind by weight to work, but the fact that the app works really nicely in terms of just giving us grind RPM profiling, that's something that the P64 doesn't have. Like it's really nice to actually have
Well, I think
profiling.
also to say like the grind by weight probably works fine if we just needed to reset the scale.
Yeah, we have to reset the scale. I don't want to reset the scale because it's not my scale. But yes, very.
Oh my god. It's weird because I can't tell if I'm already close.
Someone is asking what torque wrench are we using?
Amazon Basics.
It's a crappy one.
I'm lucky that someone had one spare for me.
Amazon Basics torque wrench for anyone wondering. I'm showing your how you're installing these.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna be. People can want. It's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, this stuff.
I've never had to use a torque wrench in my life.
Yeah, we have like Burr profiling now, right? RPM profiling. Portafilter profiling is a topic that I will one day tell people and show the.
I'm tempted to just. This is too hard because the angle and the thread lockers. So I might just I'm finger tightening all of this.
Well, you could tighten it and then torque it down.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So like if I try one more time, and then it also just falls off. I'm at 2, right? This feels like
No, it doesn't it.
I'm giving it.
It only goes to 2. Yeah.
God, I'm like not close. My bits don't fit that torque wrench that well.
Bro.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn the camera the other way so we won't see this happen.
What happened?
It's questionable things. Okay. I guess we can see if people have questions and try to answer things. Can sit down here. Yes, cut back to stationary orbit. You guys aren't seeing this stuff happen here. I guess, yeah, I don't want to reset everything, but basically, like, if I stepped away and I just turn on the orbit app and I hit, let's see, let me get the camera
Oh, I know.
level. Let's get it somewhat level. Let's kind of see what else we can do with the grinder. And we're at a really awkward angle. Okay, so if I do the orbit app, we start from connect to orbit. Oh wait, is this even on? Oops, there we go. All right. Cool, so we connected to the grinder. Honestly, like, really cool that we can do that. Does our RPM profile still work? Then it'll ramp up. That's honestly rough like that.
Will it introduce more fines? Will it introduce less fines?
Will it introduce more fines, maybe?
Do you want more fines in the first half of your grinding, or do you want?
Yes, well, I had to push the grinder to wake up. So it has like a sleep feature, which is pretty cool.
All right, that's tight enough, right?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, someone asked about pour over.
Should we make a pour over, or we're just gonna pull shots?
I don't know, we can make some pour over now.
If only I was faster.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
Okay, I don't do this for a living.
No, I don't think any of us do this for a living.
I've only been doing this for 2 years, hobby-wise. Is there a recommended way for me to...
Okay, let's try to, I guess let's make some pour over. Why not?
Are you gonna do it with what do you call it?
I don't know. Which grinder should we use? Oh, we'll do the app. We'll do everything with the app.
What do you mean do everything with that?
Like, we'll start the grind cycle with the app, and we can try doing a manual. Let's like manually profile and see what happens.
Okay.
So, what's a good pour over setting? Like 180 back, you would say?
Steve knows.
Of course, Steve knows.
It's like within the rotation at least. I don't know, like Rolf does 650 micron, divide by 7.5.
Oh God, what are we? I don't know what grind setting to use. Okay, well let's go ahead and do a pour over now. So I am going to run the grinder, I guess, and adjust the grind setting. Steve, if you're still there, what should I use for pour over?
It's like, what?
It's like, what?
Hold on.
So I was at 4. I'm gonna probably think like 9, 8, 9. Sounds about. How much are? Do you know what each micron? It's like
7.5.
7.5. Okay.
650 is like...
So 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh God, how do I math?
Oh, what's the 650 divided by 7.5?
So it should go to 9. So our touch is at 3, right? So it's about like 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. here. Yeah. Steve is saying do 4 or 5 from touch. So our touch point is back here at like 3. So I'm pretty sure this one like 8. 8 should be good. Let's try to like RPM profile it too or something. I'm gonna start at 1,000 RPM. I messed up. Oh, 2 parts. Okay, wait. We got some advice here. Long Pivot, the man who found out that you could RPM profile on Cafetex is telling us what to do. Grind low RPM first into a cup until it doesn't feed anymore, then high RPM into a brew. Dude, that's too much work. I'm sorry. What the hell? That's
High level.
high level stuff, man. We're not smart enough to do that on this stream. We'll just do some more half calf. Why not? I'm doing a 12.5 gram dose. And what I'm going to do, someone's like, can you do staccato? No, no, sir.
Do 25% finer.
25, yeah, like, and then we gotta. I have a shimmy here. We gotta start doing stuff. Okay, anyway, we're gonna do this here, where we're going to start with this 1,000 RPM, or actually here, I'll start it with 850. I'll ramp it up to the full, and then I'll ramp it down. So it's like we're pulling a lever shot, where you start slow, then go fast, then go slow. But we only have 12.5 grams, so it might happen really, really fast. And let me zoom this guy in. And I think we're getting the purple LEDs for the manual control. So here we go. I'm going to try to reverse RPM profile here for you guys to see. So we're going to do here. I'm just going to go up, and then I'm going to go down. Go up, and then we go down. I have successfully RPM profiled. And then it went into the automatic purge right there. And our actual RPM is displayed as well, where we can kind of see like our... I think there's might be a bug in here too, where it didn't actually register my target RPM value, like down here. Or maybe it's in here. Like we don't see a spike there, because I did it really fast, where I went up, our RPM did go up, and then I went down there, so... But our graph is just kind of showing that our target value hasn't shifted at all. So, but if you were curious, you could share your RPM graph with your friends, and it would. Yeah, like look, I could tell people what weight I was using. I could tell them my RPM graph. Like you can start RPM graph jerking, circle jerking, like. Look at how good my graph is, right? Yeah. You have a decent, and you do the decent visualizer graph, and you do the Acaia graph. You have graph nirvana. I can change the background as well. I can take a photo.
You change the background?
I'll put my photo of my face.
Oh, God.
Oh, I can change it to a photo of my face instead of the default Acaia. No, it's giving me
memes.
It's giving it's letting me put the RPM profile.
Oh, I see.
But it's a picture of my face.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
That's a cool feature. Otherwise, default we have just the normal Acaia logo here.
To me, where this looks like it doesn't fit well.
I don't know about that.
See how I ate into the screw?
Yeah, this seems like a problem. This is cast V2?
Yeah.
I think this... No, I think you needed to shim like a little bit to the this way.
Well,
Oh wait.
no, it's just that it's just the size of the screw.
Oh yeah, the size is like. It's like the full. It's like the yeah.
The cap.
So I'm curious if I hit share, what would happen? Okay, I'm gonna save image. Acaia orbit, I'd like to add to your photos. Sweet. For those of you who are in EAF, I'm gonna send you guys a glorious
Advertising EAF again.
advertise EAF. This is it really do be like that. I sent a photo of my face. Hashtag Orbit app, it's telling me information. This is, I don't know, we're getting to like levels of sharing that I never knew were possible. Okay. Anyway, we ground the coffee and yeah, we're not getting a lot of retention out of here. So I put 12.3-ish grams in here. Yeah, oh wait, no, sorry, I put 12.6, 12.5, 12.6. I'm getting 12.8 out. So there is...
Maybe you should put the scale like on the thing. So
what's the power used for the last grind session? Oh, let's take a look at that.
Oh, is that a setting?
There is a little setting here. Oh, cool. Okay, this is super cool. We used 51 watts for the last grind session.
Oh.
So we're getting information on like total motor runtime. Like, okay, so if you guys are buying these grinders, you can make sure that you haven't been screwed by someone. And you look at like total motor running time, it's like crazy, right? We got an odometer on this grinder. That's actually pretty cool. And again, the other cool thing too was like we could get really into all the different settings in here regarding like what do each of the buttons do. So this is like the type of thing like I don't know if you guys like remember on older iPhones, like if you tap like one button, two button, like home button stuff, this is what we have. We can make the grinder do like all these different things, or I guess like on some headphones, right? We can do stuff like this. And we can't go into the exact settings of all of that, but yeah, that's really cool. Yes. So you can figure out if someone, how well used, right? Like if someone tries to pull a clean title on you, right? Like, is it actually a clean title or is it salvage, right? We have salvage Acaia orbits on the market. But let's go ahead and do a quick brew. I'm brewing half calf right now, so I'm not gonna die. But I am feeling like jittery. So
You're gonna play Overwatch tonight then?
I'm gonna play Overwatch tonight. That is definitely what I'm going to do actually after you guys leave.
Brian's tag it. No.
Gee, I'm not good at Overwatch. I'm so much better at other games.
Smash.
Smash. I'm so much better at Smash than Overwatch. Okay. I put my if you were curious, I put my photo in the Acaia Orbit channel. Or the the line there. Oh my god, Steve plays Junkrat. Annoying character to play against. But I'm a scrub. Okay, I don't know anything about how to play like good Overwatch. Yeah, we're just gonna do April brew, pretty standard. How's installing the Burrs happening?
I'm almost done.
Okay,
I didn't use a torque
almost
wrench.
done.
It's variable torque.
Okay.
I will try. I mean, your Caspers are already seasoned, so
They're
so I
seasoned.
can. I mean, I'm willing to like pull one shot on them and taste them. Like, why not?
I don't even know if like use the same grind setting.
Well, you probably won't be using the same grind setting.
Oh, you're almost done.
Yeah, he's almost done. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make a pour over of this, and then we got to show off the
Do you need to go again?
No.
Oh no,
I didn't think it would take this long.
it's too late.
Okay, that's fine.
You can leave it here. Come back get it tomorrow.
Well, I want it tomorrow. I want tomorrow morning. I have Tim Windable to drink with this.
He's installing his burrs, man. We need to let him finish installing his burrs. Now, this coffee is wild. Diego Bermudez coffees are just like really wild.
There's a lot of space still. There's so much coffee on this.
Oh my god, 100 people are still here. I'm sorry. Sorry for people who are watching this.
They're like, it's not even like new orbit content anymore. It's just
No, well, like I am highlighting normal usage of this grinder, right? This is exactly what people might have to go through.
including my part.
Here we go.
Which way is coarser again?
Is the number bigger? No, look at the dial, right? Like, look this way is.
Why is it so tight already?
Because you look, they're locked.
I fucking locked them.
Oh my god, I'm helping Steve R&D. Hey, Brian, can you send me the phone details? Your grind graph didn't share the graph part. I imagine a world where Steve is sending this screenshot, this glorious photo of my face. Like he's sending this where it's, here is the grind details.
No, but there is the graph.
No, the graph is disappeared.
Huh?
Look, see, there's no graph.
It was there earlier. Oh, it only
Yeah, it's not in the image. There's a bug.
Oh,
There's a
I
bug.
see,
Yeah.
But the old version had.
Yeah.
Like in the app it had it.
Yeah, in the app there is, but instead I just have like my face here, and there's no graph of my grind settings.
Yeah, now it's not locked. See.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Because they're different birds. I also probably turned it when I was
Likely. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
definitely getting it really close.
Well, I think close is okay, but you just can't.
I like totally locked it.
You locked it? Yeah.
earlier.
Earlier.
I have to back it
Early.
up.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let me. What do we think about this bed?
Oh, you used the Mazzer for that?
Yeah, like there are fines here, but it's like
Let me see.
not
No,
egregious.
let me compare it to the EG one.
Okay, yeah. You have experience looking at the EG1 bed. Like, what do we look about? This is not that bad.
Oh, this is quite decent.
Yeah, this is super like we see a little bit of fines on the edges here,
Yeah, this looks okay.
but it looks okay. Yeah. For those of you curious about what we're talking about, this is a April 2-port structure, so it definitely is like very wild. Not the worst in the world.
Hey, look at this. See
But
if you can
anyway.
like see the alignment.
Oh, it doesn't look too good.
But that's
Not good alignment.
It's very much. It could be my error from torquing it earlier.
I mean, if you need to go, you can just pack this up.
Yeah, you can pack this up. I can help you. I need to go too, so I'll go with it. It looks.
It's okay.
It's. No, it's not too good here.
Your alignment is bad, bro.
I think it's me though.
It's you.
It's me because I didn't really get the screws in
Dude,
properly.
people are dunking on you. Some guy's dunking on you.
That's okay. I accept my fate.
Wait, what's he saying?
Why is it taking so long just to install the burrs?
Really? Oh, it's because I don't know how to use a screwdriver.
Hey, Jake Kim says, looked pretty good to me.
Oh, dude, if Jake Kim said so,
If Jake Kim says so, it looks good, right?
Oh.
Okay, do you guys want to try a little bit of this?
Okay, I'll try a little bit of this. What is this?
This is the same coffee.
Canny?
No, this is
Good brother?
No. This is a Hatch Racing into the Night, but filter 2-port. Total drawdown was like 210-ish, which means that there are some like fines in here that are or like could be the April filters that like clogging stuff, but
Yeah, it's pretty good.
but it's probably pretty decent.
Steve was right. You can totally do filtering on these.
Is it just me, or did that bottom burr look super even? Maybe I didn't see anything.
Super even?
Super uneven.
No, it was super even. It's
In 144p, it looks like you've got some burrs there. Okay, let's try some of this.
oh my god, I'm so bad at this.
I don't know. I think it looks okay, but like it's like I don't know.
When I was installing the screws, it was not.
Okay, well,
because I have to
it's
go. That's
okay.
why.
You need to leave, and you brought a grinder over so people could see the inside. So that's what you've done. You've done the community proud.
I mean, also we don't have a marker, so we can't test anyways. So he probably has to open it up.
Yeah, well, you should probably open it up
I'll do it
later
tomorrow.
anyway. Yeah, you should install these tomorrow.
But for a marker shim, that should be much easier.
The burr replacement has been the scariest thing I've seen this Halloween. Thank you. I didn't do this.
Well, that's
This-
bad, right? No,
Yeah.
We wanted to be.
Yeah, this is my second time installing burrs, so
Hey, man, yeah, everyone has to go through their, opening up their grinder and having a terrible time experience. Like, it happens.
if anything, it felt like everything was very tightly fitted, which is a good thing.
Ooh, wow. This is tasty. The filter. Okay. The 33M are good. These are great. I hope he didn't damage it. No, nothing's damaged here. This is everything in here is pretty rock solid. That's like the nice thing about this.
The screw will break before this thing will.
But yeah, I have to give this grinder back tomorrow. Or more like I am leaving on a business trip, so I literally don't have time to play with this more. Okay, yeah, but this is what we could have had 3 orbits here. We could have challenged Steve to a battle of orbit collections, but
So if you have a,
but you what happened to that guy then in San
he
Francisco?
hasn't gotten it yet because
Yeah,
FedEx.
so FedEx screwed some guy over, and his grinder disappeared, which is terrible.
It's never appeared.
Well, it still might come, but we don't know, right?
Yeah. Okay. Someone wants us to elaborate on the filter brew. What do we like about this?
This
Pretty
clarity.
big body to it. You want to try some more? Yeah. Okay. Let's try a little more. It's half calf, so we'll survive.
No, that's fine. I'm fine with the caffeine.
Yeah. Try a little bit of half calf. Okay. So in terms of
But it doesn't have too much finish.
yeah, the finish is pretty smooth though, but
Yeah, there's like
quick
a lot of body.
finish, but lots of body. It's pretty sweet too.
Yeah.
But the acidity is
Average.
pretty average, right?
Average clarity.
Average clarity, but rounded.
Yeah. Kind of like cast, SSP cast.
This is you know what this really reminds me of? It's sorta like O-Gen 2, similar to that style where we get all-rounder type of coffees.
Yeah, that's probably not like that. Maybe
Yeah.
like moonshine a little bit.
Moonshine, yeah. Do you think these taste similar to this? Have you tried these burrs?
Yeah.
Gen 2?
Those are very punchy though.
Yeah, this is rounded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more, maybe more like moonshine.
Yeah, I guess kind of similar to moonshine. Just pretty good across the board.
Yeah,
But,
I
but
was
more body sweetness
for
focused.
something I was expecting to be more for traditional espresso. It did really there was good acidity
Yeah.
coming through. Yeah, there was clarity. I was surprised.
There's pretty clear. Okay, I'm gonna let some people out, and then we can wrap up and answer any random burning Q&A questions. But yeah, you guys can just leave if you want.
Unmic.
You can unmic yourself. Thank you for bringing your grinder over and attempting to install burrs. Attempting? Hey, you installed them. They weren't perfect, but you'll just need to redo it.
In a more sane environment for me.
Not on a live stream with 100
On a
people.
live stream at an angle.
Yeah, at an angle with 100 people complaining about what you're doing. Backseat Burr installers.
I'm here for it.
Okay, let's see. So I can hang out for a bit because I've drank all this caffeine and it's late, getting late. So we can do that. But so far, I actually think this grinder is amazing. The usage of it is gonna it's just like here's like how I can start explaining this grinder is. I think a lot of people are looking at this and they're like, oh, you need to use an app or you need to use all of that. Like, no, you don't have to.
I don't even have
Yeah,
it.
you don't even, there are folks here who have Android phones, they can't even use the app. But you don't need it, honestly. Like, works really well. I like that there's like a sleep feature, but you do need to remember like you have to turn the sleep, you have to you have to wake the grinder up. That's kind of a interesting thing to think about is now you have a grinder that you need to wake up. But
Does it auto wake when you like?
yeah, so to wake the grinder, you push the button, it wakes
then it
up,
wakes up, yeah.
and then you can start grinding.
Okay,
So,
well, you have the scale. Can I just press the turn the scale on?
pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want more half calf? You want more stuff? Are you going to a party?
I have raid tonight.
You have a raid tonight? In what game?
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, FF14, right?
Oh my god. This is why people have to leave. They can't stay here and install burrs. They have to go and play video games.
Yeah, well, we have to like drive a while, so.
Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, thank you for coming over.
I don't want to leave any.
I mean, you can come back. We got you boba, man.
Did I get?
Did you get your boba?
Yeah, I almost finished it.
I got the beans. Okay, I got the beans. The mono-
Okay. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh my god, we're getting caffeinated. Make sure you get your grinder and everything.
Sleep on my shoes first.
Okay, so actually, let me go through this question real quick. My first, oh my god, I'm sorry, Steve, you've won. Okay, so we've talked about the filter brew.
Bye, chat.
All right, goodbye. Thank you for bringing your grinder over. Entertainment, it was great.
Another door.
I can get the door. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think the 33Ms are actually pretty good at light roast coffee. What seems to happen is you get a lot of we were pulling absurdly fast shots, shots that just quote unquote don't really work with some of these really traditional style burrs, but these could handle this insanely fast flow rate that we were doing. We were pulling very light roasted coffee today. We were pulling Kieni and this Hatch half calf, and we were getting the acidity in them. But it wasn't like a punch you in the face acidity that SSP MPs were providing. This is like, here's the flavor note, then there's a bit of rounding on it. I really want to say that they kind of remind me of like the Caspers, which we were trying to install, but just worse in every single way, more like body and sweetness focused. Honestly, very enjoyable. So I think if you got this out of the box, you would be pretty happy. At the same time too, like I think you should probably buy the stock and then experiment with it and then figure out, do you need to switch burrs or not? I think with a lot of these grinder purchases, a lot of people are like very focused on like picking the right burr, but you can always dial in a lot of different things just with different profiles and all of that to achieve something very similar. What I will say though is even in something like filter and in these espressos, there is definitely a big, like it still feels quote unquote traditional. The acidity is not super punchy. It's there, it's rounded, it's sweet. So it's pretty enjoyable for I think most folks out there, unless you're chasing ultra light roasted coffee, in which if you're doing something like that, you should just get SSP MPs. If you like, okay, let's see. I don't know where I got the server. I have to look for it. Yeah, 33M can live the turbo life. So we were grinding pretty fine. We did stall the grinder at 600 RPM. That was my mistake running it at such a low RPM because I have it facing this way. So I did not notice that the LED down here was yellow or was the lowest RPM. So that's something you do want to keep in mind. But it stalled and then it restarted. So it really just chugs along. So I like that there's stuff built in here that takes into account any sort of stalling if you're doing wrong things there. So I don't really feel like this is underpowered at all. Because like I'm doing wheatgrass types of coffees and it so far seems to work really well. My favorite feature of the grinder so far is the RPM profiling. By far, it's honestly like this app is definitely getting fixed. I hope as we've noticed our beautiful face when we did our graphs, like our graphs aren't showing up. But I love the fact that I can just instantly connect to the app like that, and then I can turn the grinder on like this. And I really like that, they even say like, hey, let the grinder stop running its profile before you can change the settings. But I like that we can build different profiles in here. And really, I like the fact that it's so responsive. This is something kind of surprising, is you wouldn't expect something like this to be this responsive in terms of an app. I would have expected it to be way more janky. And it's really, really cool to be able to actually adjust RPM so quickly on the fly and for it to be integrated really well. And I think this is fantastic. So far, I think the app is great. Yeah, the wheatgrass, it's a joke. For reference, we have these stuff like this, which is a wheatgrass quote-unquote coffee, and it's so light. You want to see the joke, guys? It's so light that we have unroasted green beans in here. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the joke with that. Does that dosing cup empty easily into a 58 millimeter portafilter? Let's find out. I probably should drink some water very soon. But pretty sure. So this one has the magnet installed in it, and you could do this, and then you could do this, like the niche. Fit is pretty good. This is a Flare 58 basket with a decent 18-gram basket, so it seems to fit really nicely. So you can do like the niche type of deal if you want. What I was doing is actually I was just grinding directly into the portafilter like this. And we were able to do that because of the little hook-on chute here. And that actually seemed to work really well. So I actually don't think you need to do the dosing cup. What I will say about this dosing cup too is I'm looking inside of it, and we've used it this entire time for adding beans in, grinding into it, and all of that. And the inside's not bad. I mean, like in terms of crazy static, could be worse. Like if I try to knock this in, I'm not getting too many, that's nothing in here, considering we've gotten maybe like 100 grams through here. So Acaia has done a really great job with this specific dosing cup. I've actually really wanted one of these, but I just never felt like forking over $50 or $40, however much it costs. Yeah, so I think a portafilter stand hook setup is coming later on. I am actually going to grab some water. because we've drank way too much caffeine. Okay. The noise, okay, so let's see. What's the take on the noise when grinding to the P64? One really nice thing about the P64 and the Orbit is when they are off, they are really quiet. Like, this is insanely quiet. What has happened with the same thing too with the EG1 is when you don't have any beans in it and you're just running it, it's insanely quiet. The P64 does get a little bit louder, especially if you're using something like SSP multi-purpose burrs. But the cool thing about the multi-purpose burrs in the P64 is the screechiness that you may experience in something like an Ode and a DS64. The P64 kind of muffles that sound, so it's a lot easier. A lot easier on the ears is what I'm trying to say. When this grinds, though, this is very similar to something like the EG1 in terms of sound. I will probably just toss some more beans in here so you guys could listen. I just need I want to find like a not ultra high-end coffee to sacrifice for this demonstration. Okay. I don't know. Do we want to show which roaster this is? I do have major Ds. Not my grinder, so I don't want to abuse that. Unfortunately. Sorry. So we'll use some other coffee. We can do some grind demonstrations. I'll keep this at filter for now. Okay, let's do this. Let's grind, I don't know. Let's run through some RPM cycles. 10 grams each. We'll do, what, 6 of them? We'll do like 600, the 1000 RPM one, and then we'll do 1500 RPM. And then we'll switch it to espresso, and then we'll do the same exact settings. Just the normal presets that you may experience. And I'm not going to RDT at all. I'm just going to pour the beans in, which is what I think is kind of the cool thing that you can do with an Orbit. But yeah, we'll see how bad it is, right? Like, what is how bad can it get? Especially if we don't do any cleaning or anything. And I honestly, after using this, it's gonna be fine, from my guess. But 10.1 grams. Okay, we can try weighing the retention as well. Why not? So actually, let me redo this real quick. We'll do a quick sound/retention test. Why not? So I'm just going to put 10 grams. This lunar here says 10 grams. Oh my God. Major D's, great coffee. It's a dark roast coffee that has acidity and spiciness and charcoal all in once. Okay, 10 grams. We're at 8, so we're about 5 off of touch. And this cup weighs 148.5 grams. I am just going to my phone is connected to the app right now, which is why this here is of this color. This LED down here is here. I'm going to start with just the very basic profile, which is 600 RPM, I'll start it with my phone after we put the beans in, which is very helpful. So what's going to happen is we probably should see some amount of exchange in here. It's instant. So that took 14.3 seconds to grind 10 grams. And the everything there worked out in terms of it purged. Lowest RPM, by the way. We get 9.5 grams here. And then if we knocker it, we get 9.9 grams. So I put 10 grams in there, 9.9 out. We're also seeing actually a fair bit of like chaff and some amount of fines here, so it makes sense as well. Like something in here is probably, you know, getting stuck. But I think for normal use, that's probably not too big of a concern. Now I'm just gonna repeat that, and I'm just going to run this at 1,000 RPM, and then finally the 1,500 RPM. So go back here, weigh this guy, tear this guy out. Go back here. This here is set to 1,000 RPM. So quiet, sounds a little bit faster, makes sense. Going to put my 10 grams here. And let's grind. Okay, so we went from 14.3 seconds to 10.7 seconds. It was about 990-ish RPM here for the entire time. Not bad. In terms of retention, 9.1 here, or really our scale, maybe like 9.2 here. And then if we give this guy a little thwack, 10 grams. So far, this is great. We're doing great. And then now let's run it at the highest RPM, which is 1,500 RPM here. So that should be the highest RPM. Yep, so we'll run it at the highest RPM. Let's repeat that. So we're in terms of retention, really great so far. And then after this, we'll switch over to pour over. Espresso. $10.1 grams here. Go back here. Highest RPM, let's see what happens. Visually seeing a lot more fines here. 9.4 seconds. So probably past 1,000 RPMs, we're seeing like pretty diminishing returns in terms of speed. 9.2 grams here. A fair bit does seem to get stuck here in the chute. So the knocker actually does something. 10 grams exactly here. So 9.8, 9.9, and then which was like the first amount, and then 10, and then 10. So at pour over grind size, not bad. And then we went from 14.2 seconds to like 10 point something seconds down to 9.4 seconds. So that's, makes sense. We're grinding faster. And now let's go ahead and put this into espresso and repeat everything. 10 grams again. So I always like to clear things before, but we're grinding at an 8, and then for this machine here, we were grinding at, well, we have a touch point sign here. Also, I do think adjusting grind size here will be a little bit challenging, just because we're flipped over. The tolerances on this are like pretty tight, where it feels like adjusting this, at least, it's probably the angle that I'm using this at is a little challenging to do. Here we go. Tilt it back over. I'm going to put it to 4, which was where we were at for grinding. 10 grams. We're going to start with our lowest RPM, and we're just cold starting everything too, which is what you can do, it seems. So this is, by the way, like a medium light roast. This is not the lightest roast in the world. .600 RPM, lowest RPM, espresso grind. Let's kind of see what happens. So 24.3 seconds here for espresso grind, so about 10 seconds more than our pour over size. And then if I measure this, 9.1 grams. $10 grams exactly. So this is really cool. We're getting some amount of consistency. And then, we'll up the RPM there. It took a bit longer at espresso grind. That's just kind of how it's been. Okay, now we're going to switch over to 1,000 RPM. .4 seconds. That sounded very EG1-like right there. Oop, and actually I forgot to reweigh this. Let me do this again, my bad. But it's probably 10 grams. I'll just redo it real quick. Forgot to weigh this. Again. Very EG1-like with the wipers. Whoop. Auto purge happened. 9 grams. $10 grams. Like, this is hilariously consistent now at this point. And then we will do one last test. 10 grams again at our highest RPM. Is this fun for you guys? This is all this random stuff that I'm doing, like, we get these grinders in and we test them, aka we grind a lot of coffee through them. Okay, here we go. Final highest RPM value, since people were asking. $10 grams now. And this is finished in 13.1 seconds. 9.2 grams. 10 grams. Okay, so our retention on this grinder is really, really good. That was like the grind speed and sound. Pour over at 600,000, 1500 RPM, which is exactly what you have out of the box. At pour over and espresso, we are clearly seeing that yes, if you grind faster with a higher RPM, your grind size goes down. But essentially, our espresso grind is about 10-ish, 8 to 10 seconds longer than pour. So if you're grinding at the very lowest RPM, it's like 20 seconds for 10 grams. So if you're doing 18 gram doses, like 35, 40 seconds most likely. And then, you know, probably like 20, 30-ish seconds if you're grinding at a higher RPM for an 18, 20 gram dose. That's not that bad. Also, considering the fact of the matter is you can just walk away. Like, I could be in another room and start the grinder. So that's really cool that the consistency of just like the amount of retention and exchange, at least doing like, you know, switching grind sizes as well, it's been pretty good. I mean, I didn't like examine everything, right? But I mean, just from a normal user perspective, that's pretty good. That's actually fantastic there. But let's see what else. Okay, I definitely spent a bit of time on this. Let's catch up on the chat. What LaCroix is that? This is, for those of you who are wondering, this is sparkling, beach plum. I'm very caffeinated. That is the LaCroix I'm drinking. What are your actual thoughts on RPM profiling? Is that even a real thing? Honestly, we're exploring it, but what you can do is if you try to, for example, like on an EG1 or even an Orbit here, is grind the exact same dose at a very low RPM, like 600 versus 1500. What you will most likely see is the amount of fines being changed, or like, you know, like the amount of fines seem to be lower at lower RPMs. And when you're pulling shots, the flow rate actually changes. So there's something like really interesting, like I'm not a scientist or anything, but something I'm exploring, which is I think very fun, is if you feed beans really, really, really slowly and you use a very low RPM, how fine can you grind things? Because basically what you'll find out is at the lower RPM, because we're creating less fines, that means we could actually grind finer to compensate. So this is like the thing with something like the ultra low fines Burr in the EG1, which is like in order for you to actually get those to grind for espresso, you have to really up the RPM to create fines. But basically that means that, at least in my head, I'm like, oh, because we can grind at a lower RPM and create less fines, we can grind finer and to achieve the same pressure and flow rate of, say, a higher RPM shot. So what that means, you know, that means that we can push things maybe even further, or we can really manipulate how things taste. Now the challenge with doing that is that the lower RPM you go and the finer you go, you can stall your grinder. You don't have enough torque. And this is very dependent on what grinder you're using, of course. So, but generally speaking, like that's my observation, is there are potential massive differences in flow rate if you were to just keep the same grind size or whatever setting on your grinder and you adjusted the RPM. So there's a lot of things to explore there. And what's cool about this is it's very easy to explore that. I'm not like figuring out what does a dial mean. I'm not figuring out what any of these things do, right? But basically, if you think about it in that way, it's like, oh, if you could change where you are increasing fines, right? Like, what if you want a small amount of fines versus a medium amount of fines versus a high amount of fines, right? Like when we get into profiling, it seems like, oh, I can now influence like maybe the first 5 grams that I grind, I want it to have a lot of fines, and then maybe the next batch I don't, right? And then like it is wild with what we could do. It's another layer of complications. Yeah, is there a screechy sound? I mean, you hear the wipers, and it seems like if, for example, let me go into this. So there's a conversation about like RPMs. Yeah, at the end, the RPMs when they're ramping up, they are ramping up to about 2,000 here. So that's what you're hearing. So it seems like when it's reversing at 2,000, we're hearing that slight screech. But here's 600. I'll get the mic close. $1,500 RPM, right? Like we don't get a lot of sound here, or like there's not a lot of screeching. But I bet you if we load some beans in, right, this is where we're gonna get some amount of screeching. $1,500 RPM. So that's what it sounds like. I mean, it seems like past that 1,000 RPM point, there seems to be. So let's actually do that again. I kind of curious like where we would get that screeching noise. 1,000 RPM, right? Okay, getting that screech, and then if we do like the very lowest RPM, 600, right? Or like let's put like what 750. It really sounds like an EG1. I mean, that's like if you were to just like listen to the sounds, very EG1 like. Doesn't seem like we get the screeching until past 1,000 RPM. So like I'm doing like 750 RPM here. I wasn't getting a lot of screeching. 1,000, we're getting a little bit about that screeching. Yeah. What else are we asking about? The Hatch Initial D blend is fantastic. This is actually like a reference to another song. The Hatch guys are weebs apparently, maybe, I don't know. But this is awesome. This is the Half Calf Racing into the Night, where it's a mix of, I think, 3 Diego coffees, like Eco, Enigma, Lychee, and Anaerobic Decaf El Preso. It is, you taste this, it tastes like a Diego Bermudez coffee. But because it's half calf, you can drink a lot of it. But it tastes like strawberry shortcake, or like strawberry puree, to be very specific. And then there's like a yogurt finish to it, and you only get that with some of these wildly, a lot of these Colombian coffees that are like wildly processed, like Diego Bermudez, Wilton Benitez coffees. Like that's what it's like. Yeah, we tried to stop SSP Burrs due to the interest of time because my friend had to go to a Final Fantasy XIV raid. He needed to leave and he couldn't spend the full amount of time to install the Burrs. But what we found out as we opened up the grinder is that the parts in there are incredibly well machined. So if things go wrong, it's most likely user error, which is exactly what was happening here. But that's the reality, right? When you open up a new grinder, or you haven't had a lot of experience, if you haven't had a lot of experience with like changing burrs, it is a little scary. You're gonna mess up, right? He's on camera. Like, what do you expect? It's like, it's daunting. Especially when you just bought a grinder and the first thing you're gonna do is swap the burrs out. But the actual, like after you do it once on any of these grinders, doing it twice, 3, 4 times, you're opening it for cleaning, it's very, very streamlined. Yes, this is a more developed roast here. This is like a medium, honestly. Like I was being very generous saying it's a medium light. It's really more of like a medium roast. And doing that, this grinder just chews through that, even at the lowest RPM at a pretty fine grind setting. Is the hopper removable? No, so this is not like the EG1. This is screwed in here. But I think it's not removable in the sense like magnets. There are 2 screws here, and I do think later on what they'll let us do is they'll let us screw in different attachments into here. But it goes right into this hole in here. There's an anti-popcorning thing. Honestly, like no problems here when I'm pouring any of these beans with anything getting stuck in here. This has been fantastic with just throwing beans in. Yeah. And then third strike illegal. Yeah, it is a very illegal coffee. Let's see. So after testing and seeing it, are you still planning on getting one? Maybe. Honestly, like this is a fantastic grinder here, but I am not entirely sure. Like I'm gonna wait and give it a little bit more time. We're still seeing like super small, slight bugs in the app. Makes sense, but I would definitely say that I think like from an out of the box perspective, like if you just got this and you're using it, it is great. There really isn't anything like crazy about like there's nothing in here that's like, oh no, I have to like jump through hoops or something to deal with. Even though like we did run into some things with this lunar not fully connecting, I think I honestly think that's like, just user error that's happening here. Out of the box, like just the fact that you have 3 different grind RPMs and like adjusting the grind size is really easy. The fact that they even mark the touch point for you is really great. And then like we did all those we ground 6 doses and we basically got 0.1 to 0 retention with no RDT and no puffering, right? You can't even puff for this. That's been like pretty awesome. I do think the price point is actually really attractive here. Is that between like the DFs in that $400 to maybe $700, $800 price point, like depending on how crazy you make your grinder to be. There's basically the DF64, JT64, which is 800 and maybe pushing 1,000 depending where you're getting it. Then there's the Orbit, then there's the P64. I guess you could also consider the Ode in like the $300 to $500 range. This is incredibly attractive because I think you just get added features in here. All these grinders at this point are very similar. Like you can put a DF64 next to a P64, next to an Ode, next to an Orbit. If you put the same burrs, if you align them all, I don't really think anybody is going to particularly say that one grinder is better than the other when you look at it from a performance taste perspective. What is more interesting to me, and what I think it should be interesting to a lot of folks, is look at which companies are selling these grinders, right? So DFs are, depending which distributor you're getting it from, okay, right? Like it could be, you could have a egregious DF64. It seems like the quality control is very everywhere with that grinder. Same thing with the JT64. Then you now have 2 other options like the Orbit and the P64. And these 2 grinders are backed by amazing companies and they are built really well. It's now just like, well, what are the feature sets now? This has basically the same feature set as the P64 when it comes to grind size, or RPM adjustment, burr selection, build, and all of that I would say is on par. You just get some other stuff with the fact that you can use a scale and the app. So I think this is like really interesting to think about, considering this grinder is much cheaper than a P64. And then yeah, so I think this is like a very attractive grinder. I am going to give it a little bit more time before I consider getting one of these, considering I just have a bunch of 64 millimeter grinders. And as much as like I want to mess around with RPM profiling, I only have so much capacity to sit down and like do a ton of testing. So sorry, but yeah. Let's see. I might be the most snobby person in the coffee community. Possibly, but that's up for your interpretation. Let's see. Any thoughts on what's the longest you've spent aligning grinder, going through it with the Ode and SSP MP right now? Yeah, like a few hours. Like, I luckily didn't have to go through the Ode with the Cast V1. If there's a really fun video from J Kim where he aligns a Cast V1, and it is a nightmare. You have to do like 80 foil shims there. But luckily I haven't had too much trouble. Any thoughts on the hypernova iridescent titanium plated Burr's sarcasm sign? They're pretty. Varia is doing like 5 different Burr coatings, and I really don't know if it makes a big difference. Like, I think they're fine. Yeah. Too much liquor. Well, you're allowed to be a snob if you want to be, and you're also allowed to hate on my content or like my content. But, you know, whatever. We're just doing this for fun. I don't know if the price is going to change. So these are like the Orbit models, and a few of my friends in the area were able to get this grinder, and they graciously lent it to me just for a day to do a live stream. You know, I was gonna like film a video, but I thought it'd be fun to do a live stream and let people try out or ask questions on the grinder. Let's see. I do think that we may see some of the accessories show up on eBay. I think like the hat and some of the merch there that they're releasing specifically for this may be of interest to some folks, and that will go up. You know, maybe people will try to sell those. Recently, I've seen people try to like scalp or like sell monoliths for like 1,000 MSRP, I don't know about that. I don't like that people are going to try to like scalp this grinder. I mean, like, this is like supreme drop keyboard thing that happened with the 30 grinders. People lucked out like in buying these. I'm actually surprised that 3 people that I personally know were able to purchase this grinder. So lucked out there. And then, let's see. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to watch Hoff's deep frying video yet. I was busy with work. And then I'll like answer a few more questions, and then I'm gonna probably call it because we've been live for a few hours. There's in terms, okay, someone asked about X Bloom. Yes, there will be some really cool roasters that we're adding. So work. Talking to some really fantastic roasters. I think it'll be very exciting for folks. Yes, I had a lot of fun as well, and I really want to thank everyone for spending the time to hang out. We successfully opened up an Orbit, and installing the Burrs was a little bit difficult. It happens, but you know, I hope like grinding the coffee and tasting some of the coffee was really fun. And then aside from that, like I have to give this grinder back to my friend, so I am probably not going to make any Orbit content until like a few weeks from now, just given the time. Otherwise, like, you know, it's it's a fantastic grinder, and I really think, like, after using it, I really think that that it's like a great grinder to buy if it's your first foray into 64 millimeter, like, more premium grinders. This is a really safe buy, considering that everything is in such a great state. I mean, we found like one little bug in the app. This is really great to see be like this high quality caffeinated, and it's also, you know, made by Acaia, so you can feel very confident in purchasing this grinder, and I think it'll be a really great contender now. I'm very curious what's going to happen to the P64. As we see, we have new burrs that came for the P64, and I'm really curious about what's going to happen with some of these other 64 millimeter flats that are coming, and yeah, like we'll see. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what this does to the grinder market in the coming months. But yeah, all right, I'll see you guys around. Thank you so much for spending the time to hang out. Good night.